unfortunately, we don't have time, and I'm going to make a conscious effort here to not derail this.
Okay. No, that's fair.
As I spent way too much time
talking about
not
inane
letting
garbage.
You went out of your way to say, let's not derail this, and I said, but what if?
And then you said, but what if I were to purchase fast food and disguise it as my own cooking? Superintendent, I was just stretching my calves on the windowsill. Isometric exercise. Care to join me? Why is there smoke coming out of your oven, Seymour? Oh, that isn't smoke, it's steam. Steam from the steamed hams we're having.
Steamed hams.
No, it's steamed clams. Okay, so we got game 1 coming up here in Losers Bracket between Batmayne and Kosoku. Now, these are two of my favorite players from this scene to watch, actually.
1,000,000%.
Because we see a lot of the, the Austins and the Limas, and they're fun to watch. But these are two guys that have really impressive play styles at that mid-level of play that they have really, really high highs that make you go, what if they could just
do this every time?
What if they could just run at their ceiling 100% for a whole tournament?
Yeah, that'd be wild. We might see Batmayne win a Shockwave. We might see Kosoku win a Shockwave.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible, right? Because you got a lot of places that are like, this person will always win this. Batmayne's done that so many times today. He did that so many times today. He did that to me. He did that in his round 2 on stream to Austin. And now he's doing it here. Every single set I have seen Batmayne play today, he has baited somebody into following him on that platform in an orange percent and back throw them to death.
Oh my god, did you see? He got the absorb and the immediate jump out, because once you absorb something, you are immediately lagless.
Mm-hmm.
Got some free percent down
back throw again.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, there's a really nicely placed PK fire, but Kosoku is able to drift away from the range.
Okay, I want to point out that Batmayne has only lost in bracket today to Austin, who he took to Game 3. Mm-hmm. Austin, the man who's currently...
Game 3 last hit.
Game 3 last hit. Austin, the man who is currently sitting on winner's side of Grand Finals after 3-0ing his opponent.
You talk about somebody having only good losses. Batmayne is usually that person. He rarely has
that
bad losses.
Was so intelligent!
Such a good recovery. Batmayne's such a good player.
He makes it look like he's going for that platform, but instead drifts straight past because he knows he has an incredible drift and you can't commit to covering both at the same time.
Mm-hmm. But Kosoku able to find that back throw. Now he's brought it back to 1 stock apiece, and with Mario's combo game, even against Lucas, he can bring this back with just a couple neutral wins, and that's what Kosoku's known for.
Right, and Lucas is a floatier character. He's not going to have these long, extended strings, but he might have access at these percents to that up air into the footstool, might get a reset, might get an early KO.
But rolls into Batmayne's grab, able to fly out of it and get a combo started of his own because of it.
I love how aggressive he is on the defense, trying to fight back. He understands that the mix-ups that Lucas has aren't totally real out of that down air reset, so he goes aggressively back up with the up tilt, tries to set something up for himself, and now these percents are very doable. He's very close to a death percent. Lucas could get down throw into a mix-up right now. Lucas could maybe even just get a raw kill off of a throw.
Back throw should do it from just off of center stage.
Right, and now we're at percents where up throw, I believe, should just do it.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, but we're sitting at percents where if Batmayne isn't careful with his approaching fair or Zairs, he could just get up smash right out of the air and die.
Mm-hmm.
This is big rage on Mario. Oh, but he catches the roll in with the up tilt.
Yes.
After covering neutral get up so well.
No need for the grab. Don't need to commit to something like that. I think one of the things that we saw from that is when Kosoku went hyper-defensive or hyper-aggressive, Batmayne had a little bit of a difficult time dealing with that. He had a hard time getting Lucas in on a very defensive Mario, because Mario has a very good defense game. But also there were a couple moments where Kosoku decided, I'm going to go at him with everything I've got, and he broke Batmayne's defense every time. Batmayne ended up winning this one, being the Lucas player that he is. Mm-hmm. But I feel like sometimes, when Kosoku turns on that switch, he can have some difficulties.
Batmayne just does such a good job of mixing up whether he is retreating or approaching with the myriad of options that he has in neutral right now. His PK Fire, his Zair, and his Fair being the main ones that he's mixing you up with. Mm-hmm. Different spacings, different drift ins versus out. And it's making it really hard for Kosoku to find where the wall ends.
So Kosoku conditioned Batmayne, there you saw, to burn that double jump to get away from the Mario combos. And after that, use the platforms to cover it, bring him up to 65%. But now Batmayne looking to get it started. But again, Kosoku very good at breaking out of these combos.
Right. And this is one of my personal least favorite stages for Lucas because he actually does not have a lot to do against a character who is camping these platforms.
That was... Up smash is a huge commit. Now, he thankfully didn't die for that commit. And Kosoku made the right decision with that forward smash. He just, unfortunately, wasn't at the right percent.
Just out of range to get that PK fire reflected as well.
Okay.
Catches the DI in there with an up air.
I feel like at this point, I'd rather see a side throw of either direction from Kosoku instead of down throw.
Ooh, catches the air dodge to try to get back on.
Yeah, not necessary at all. Just
this time, Kosoku taking the first stock in this game.
I mean, you saw Zero at the Smash Ultimate Invitational. I mean, all he was doing was throwing out those up smashes.
Up smashes were flying left and right. Oh my goodness! And we saw Batmayne try to make a big brain play. He was like, "All right, you're pushing me back with the flood. I'm going to catch you dashing for a grab here because most people after flood they'll shield." He was on the next level of the next level of going for these Yomi level 5 reads. The back throw doesn't even need a spike. Strong, independent hitbox does not need no spike.
Batmayne loves that back air, dude. He makes it look so good.
Sitting, though, at an uncomfortable percent, not able to get much started. Kosoku able to play in a manner where he's not committing too much because he knows he has the lead.
So when you saw Batmayne throw that PK fire right in Kosoku's face, he actually meant to jump away and then throw the PK fire. But because of the timing...
Back. Oh, he got dragged into that blast.
Dragged into the blast zone. Dude, Kosoku finds some of the craziest forwarders. I feel like Kosoku finds the forwarders when he should and doesn't hit them where he shouldn't.
Right.
Like every time where it's like, yeah, that makes sense for a Mario forwarder to kill. He doesn't have like those crazy ally or... anti-forwarders where you're like, oh, how did he do that?
Those are the showstopper forwarders that nobody, like, who thought of that and why would you choose that wild option, you crazy, mad genius, idiot genius, right? That's not Kosoku.
No.
He just goes for those solid, oh yeah, that's a Mario fair. You'll never watch Kosoku play and be like, why didn't he fair here? Because he did. He did it, and it worked.
Yeah.
Unless you're one of the crazy people like Ally or Anton.
And then you're like, oh, he could have read an air dodge and then done a nair so that he would set up for... And it's like, oh.
Well, I mean, yeah. Nice.
So Batmayne out of footstool percents, it looks like here for these combos.
All right, Mario's a floaty character. Doesn't fall super quick. He's not floaty, but he's floatier. Look at the timing!
Such good timing.
And that Psy Magnet doesn't come out the fastest in the world. So he has, like, just the right anticipation.
Batmayne doesn't crack under pressure the way that a lot of people do when, you get... Yeah, I know that.
Oh, my God.
Oh, it's Kosoku with the footstool?
Yeah, but Batmayne smartly drifting away. The reset actually ended up knocking him in a pratfall situation, so he wasn't able to get that forward smash.
No, Batmayne tried to get the PSI Magnet out of there, but it was a little too late. Again, he doesn't shy away from it. Almost dying to that down air.
Yeah, with Rage, I was real scared of that. And again, we saw the same way that he dropped the stock in Game 2. Again, drops the first stock in Game 3.
I think a lot of that was, I'm using this term a lot lately, but a lot of the analysis paralysis, where I think if he had kept drifting over to the right, he probably would have avoided the up smash, but he went, oh, I might get up smashed, and then he just ended up landing right in the sweet spot of it.
Right. Oh, I love the reset there to get a second up air. Almost gets a kill again with that Rage is forced.
Good tech, though.
Oh my God, Kosoku set that up so perfectly.
Kosoku wanted to prove me wrong about those forwarders. He said, I don't land them, then what now?
Yeah. Oh, tries to go for that grab, but Mario's drift too strong. Now he's got such a solid lead. I mean, playing out of this is going to be hard fought.
That being
Does get
said,
the up tilt.
if you give Batmayne enough rope, he will He's got the rope snake.
He's got the rope snake.
If you give him enough room, he will absolutely make these comebacks. Now, Kosoku's not the kind of person who goes for those stylish finishes just because he's ahead by a lot, and I think he's certainly smart enough to give Batmayne that credit because it could just take one grab, but instead, again, Kosoku doesn't need anything flashy. Up smash will do it.
Not the kind of suffocate you with pressure, but instead, Batmayne felt so comfortable that he just fell right in the up smash.